Welcome back, you guys. I hope you are excited for today's video because it's going to be another episode in the favorite series, and today we are going to be doing foundations, and I have lots and lots of foundations, tons of favorites, but I'm going to be giving you guys my top 10 favorites. Not only are we going to be doing that though, I'm also going to be giving you my favorite for every type, like whether it be a stick, a matte, radiant, all different types. That way we have something in here for everyone. And not only am I excited to share my favorites with you, but I cannot freaking wait to hear yours. Not that I need any help making any more purchasing decisions. I'm sure you can relate, but this is just a fun place to talk about makeup, talk about our favorite products, and just hang out. So let's go ahead and get into it. If this is your first time here, my name is Heather, and I really love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. And if you guys love those things too, I truly hope you will subscribe. Stick around. It's a good time over here. And like I said, this is a part of a series. So far, I have already uploaded my blush category and my highlight. I filmed my bronzer today. And now we're doing foundations. We're going to be getting into some other categories as well. It's going to be such a good time, but I'm going to go ahead, get these all lined out and organized, and I'm going to show you what my top 10 are first, and then we'll move on. I'll show you like my top favorites in every like little subcategory. That way I can show you like which ones are the best. Like especially for like drugstore, we need stuff for different price ranges and all of those things. Times are tough, guys. You know, I get it. So let me go ahead and get us all set up, and we're going to get into it. Okay, so before we get started, now that I got it lined out, I did want to tell you more about my skin type. So my skin type is more combination. It's more dry than anything, but around my nose does get oily if I'm in a very like humid climate. I am 36 years old, so my skin is showing signs of aging, and you know, I have like texture, large pores, acne scars, hyperpigmentation, all of those things. But I live in Ohio. It's humid today. It's actually really freaking hot. We have a heat advisory and I'm like melting up here, but that's all besides the point. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know a little bit about my skin type. So maybe like my favorites might not work for you if you have oily skin or vice versa. Either way, the video can be helpful because you can still use it in that way. And now with that being said, we're actually going to get into it this time. So let me think, which one of these, there are 3 in here that are like the ones that when I need something that's like foolproof, these are the ones that I reach for, and these are the ones that I took with me on all of the trips I've went on recently to Florida, which you know is humid as hell. That was insane. And Texas and Greece, Croatia, and all of those places. So the first one I want to talk about is the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Stick. So this one is more of a matte finish. You do get more of a medium like buildable coverage, and I love this. So I have like deep lines in my forehead, or on my forehead right here. They're like pretty prominent. Thinking about getting some Botox, to be honest, but because it would be nice. I'm sick of the bangs, but I get the bangs because it hides those lines, and I'm starting to get lines like between my eyes as well. Most foundations for me always tend to settle in those lines, so this is one of the only one of 2 that does not do that. It just wears beautifully when I'm hot and sweaty and gross and everything. It stays, and I love it. I love the way it looks on my skin, even with the texture and all of the things. It's just such a beautiful finish. This is my second one, and I'm almost finished with this one as well. I will definitely be repurchasing it unless I find something that I love more than this. It's just such a fantastic product. I really love Fenty's face products, at least the ones that I've tried that I bought in the correct shade. We'll get to that. But yeah, it's just such a freaking great product. So the other one that I want to talk about that's foolproof is from Fenty as well, and it's the Ease Drop Blurring Skin Tint. This is blurring as well. Probably should have added that, but these are wonderful. So I discovered this during COVID when I had to wear a mask to work and I was having trouble getting my makeup to stay on under my mask. This was a lifesaver. It was freaking phenomenal, and I love it. It's a very thin formula, almost skin tint like, but you do get more of a medium coverage with this one. And here, let me show you some swatches. So here is the skin tint. Don't laugh at my shade matching, guys, because I am terrible at shade matching myself, like so bad. I'm starting to get the hang of it, but sometimes these shade descriptions online are laughable. But that's the skin tint, and it looks just so beautiful. But then we have the Ease Drop. So I have the shade 6 and 12. 12 is my self-tan shade, and I've repurchased this like 4 or 5 times at this point. It is my go-to, but you can see it's so thin and just lightweight, but it gives you like the perfect amount of coverage. It looks like your skin, but better in the best way. It is blurring. It's just so effortless. Again, it doesn't really sink into those fine lines either. And like, I worked at Cedar Point and wore this, and it really like held up with the heat as well. So phenomenal product. But this is like one of my most top favorites as well, and it is the Urban Decay Face Bond. So I have 3 of them at the moment because my everyday shade is shade number 5. This one's almost out, and I do have a little in there, so I've kept it in my drawer like this, trying to use it all up. I ain't wasting. But I went on the trips and I wanted to have this with me, so I went ahead and repurchased shade 5 because I was self-tanning. So my self-tan shade is shade 16, so I wanted to have both. That way I could mix, you know what I mean? But that's all besides the point. Just over-explaining. I love the applicator, like the bottle, but in the same way that I love the Fenty, the formula is just so thin and lightweight and just easy. It does not settle at all in my fine lines. It's just breathable, blurring, looks beautiful on the skin. Like, it's one of those that you can barely detect that it's even a foundation. It's just truly so good, and I've heard people with oily skin rave about this one as well. I just think it's fantastic. Same with this one. Could not recommend it more. Those are my top 3 like of all time. So some others that I've repurchased. I actually have 4 here that I've repurchased, and this one I've actually worn recently, but it is the one from REM Beauty. So this one I have in the shade Fair 10. This has a long, like crazy stupid name to it, but it's their only foundation. So this one is more of a medium coverage, and I would say it's more of a natural kind of finish. It's a thicker formula, but it looks beautiful on the skin. Has like that moussey kind of finish. Maybe it's more matte, I would say, or natural than anything, but again, it looks beautiful on the skin, even with my texture and everything. It's just a very nice formula. Like I said, it is a little thicker and more of that foundation-y type of feeling. These two are more like serum-like, but I love this one too, and I couldn't recommend it more. It covers up my redness and everything, evens me out really nicely. It's a favorite. So I do really love glowy products as well, and this one is one of my favorites. So it's from Polite Society. We have the More Than a Pretty Face Skin Caring Foundation. I have mine in the shade Fair Sea. This one's almost out, so I already have a new one sitting here waiting for me. I actually love the packaging. It feels like kind of luxe, but this is such a good product. So for this one, well, I actually got some out. I've been scraping it to get it out, but it's a thicker one as well, but this one gives you more of a radiant finish, and I think it looks really beautiful on the face. I like applying this one specifically with a brush. I mostly use brushes anyway, but I really love this one with the brush. It just looks beautiful, like really blurring, and it's just an easy, effortless formula. I will say this one like does settle in my lines and stuff more. All of these do, but still a great product, and as long as I set it, I'm fine. I don't have to worry about like breaking up or anything like that with any of these products. And like I said, I do deal with some like oil on my nose. Like right now I am, like my hair is a mess and everything because it's so hot up here. I actually film in my attic, but I've had this makeup on all day and it's holding up really nicely. And actually what I'm wearing on my face today is a favorite, and this one was repurchased as well. So it is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydra Glow. So I have the shade 1R12. This one is glowy, and I do like a glowy foundation, but I do always set my T-zone. So I don't really have a preference when it comes to a foundation type. I like sticks. I like glowy ones, hydrating ones, skin tints, glowy skin tints, more full coverage. I like matte, natural, radiant. Like, I really don't care. I like to just go with the flow depending on what I'm doing that day. More than anything, I just like trying out product, but I do like a glowy base as well, and this one is beautiful. It's another one of those formulas that's like kind of thinner. You can see it's like more runny, but it just makes it easy and breathable to wear. I feel like, especially like right now when it's really hot in the summertime, and you do get like beautiful medium coverage. So I do prefer I don't mind a skin tint from time to time, but I do like one that will build up to a medium coverage. I don't need it to be full, but like I said, I do have a lot of redness and hyperpigmentation around my like cheeks and stuff, so I do want that to be more evened out. But you know, I even have this like little brown spot. I don't know what that is. I have a dermatologist appointment and some kind of dry skin stuff going on. Like, there's a lot, you know, so I do like something that's going to even all of that out. And I just think this one is so beautiful and glowy. It just gives you this lit from within kind of vibe, and that's why it's a favorite. I love it. Now, I didn't try like the OG formula that everyone loved, so I can't compare the two. I can only say I love what I love. Okay, so this is another repurchase, and I love this one too. It's kind of similar to the Makeup Forever one, but it is the one from House Labs. This is another one of those formulas. I do like those formulas that are kind of like thin. They just seem to be favorites for me, and this is another one of those. They just are like your skin but better, I feel like, and this one is just beautiful. One of my favorite foundations of all time. This is one, when I ran out of it, I truly missed it, to the point I bought it as soon as I had the opportunity. It's just so beautiful. Again, you get that medium coverage, and it's just such a thin formula, which I feel like is great for like summertime and stuff, but it has like this glowy, radiant finish. So if you're into that, I do think you will love this one. Plus the bottle is like so luxe. Like, you could knock somebody out with that. Like, don't travel with it. It's like half your suitcase weight, but it's beautiful. I don't have a whole ton of matte foundations, but I do have some that I love, and the first one being the one from AVH. So this is the Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Foundation, matte foundation. I have mine in the shade 15N. So I've heard the shade range on this one sucks, and I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't pay attention, which is kind of shameful to say, but I'm just being honest with you. I know, like, ever since that stuff's been going on with their bronzers, that's when I heard about it. But this one is, like, full coverage. And this is no joke. Like, you get full coverage with this, but it is such a beautiful, like, beautiful full coverage foundation. Like, it doesn't look cakey or anything like that. It really looks like velvety. Second skin is a perfect way for them to describe this, in my opinion. I've heard that it's a really great formula for people with oily skin, but I always, now keep in mind, I always use a glowy base under my products, almost always. But I love this, so it works well with my dry skin, but just keep in mind I do use a glowy base. Then we have the One Size Turn Up the Base. I love this. So this is a full beat liquid foundation, and I have mine in the shade Light 20N. And this one is amazing as well. It is a bit of a thicker formula too, and like it's in the name. This is a very full coverage, but it kind of reminds me of the ABH one. And again, it's one of those thicker formulas. Not as thick as this one though, from ABH. You can see that one kind of like stays in place. I kind of put down way too much of both of those. And as you can see, these are different because I suck at shade matching myself. But both are really, really beautiful. I think I prefer the one from One Size though. The one from ABH is a bit more matte and blurring, but both are really, really beautiful. It just depends on what you're looking for. Like I said, both are very full coverage. Like, really great products. I have no issues with like breaking up or anything like that at all. But yeah, I love them. I completely lost what I was going to say about that foundation though, because my memory card was full and I had to do all that and completely lost my train of thought. But I can say that I love that one, and out of all of these, it's one of the ones that I do reach for the most. Now when I want a skin tint, oh my god you guys, I love DANESSA MYRICKS. I want to try more from this brand because I've loved almost everything that I've tried from them, and I love this so much. So this is the DANESSA MYRICKS Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint, and I have mine in the shade 2. And I love the way this feels. It's like, I probably should have shook it up, but it's like a gel almost. Very thin, like most skin tints are. I do have some others that I recommend. This one, I don't know how well this would work on oily skin, so I would look for more reviews and stuff. Now this one, you do get more light to medium coverage, but she is beautiful and glowy on the skin. Just looks so beautiful and makes my skin look so healthy and fresh. I think it wears really nicely as well. Again, I do always set my T-zone, so keep that in mind, but it's just such a phenomenal product. And if you've tried any of these and you have any thoughts on them, whether they're yays or nays, please let us know down below. I appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone else will as well. But those are my top 10 favorites. Now, let me dig through here, and I'm going to find the ones like my favorite drugstore skin tints and things like that. That way I can give you some favorites at different price ranges. Like, they might not be top favorites, but they're still like really good products and definitely worth checking out. Okay, so like I said, there's some others that I do want to talk about that are really good ones too. But before we get into that, let me just mention this one. What is this? So this is the NYX Buttermelt Glaze Soft Glow Skin Tint. There's nothing soft about this glow and glaze. It could not be the more perfect name for it. This literally is a buttermelt mess. Now the shade might be a bit light, but this just glides right off my face along with anything that I put on over top of it. And this is the sheerest tint I've ever seen in my life. It is a complete miss for me, and I did want to mention it so that you guys could, you know, beware. I'm probably going to be decluttering that one very soon. So now let's move on to some better options. So this one I got in BoxyCharm, and I had it forever before I used it. I actually have 3 more here that are skin tints that I got in BoxyCharm that I have not used yet, but I just swatched them and they feel kind of nice. I'll have to get back to you on those, but this is the PURLISSE Sheer Glow Strawberry Vitamin C Tinted Moisturizer. So the only place you can get this is on the Ipsy site or on their website. I will have it linked down below, but this is such a beautiful skin tint. Looks so good. I actually wore this out recently and it was like so hot that day, but my makeup held up so nicely, and it's a very, like, I would say light to medium coverage, and it just looks like your skin but better. You can still like see my veins peeking through and everything. It's just enough to really even everything out, but you still get that very beautiful hydrated glowy skin look to it. It looks fabulous and works really good on my skin type. I recommend it. I've noticed I like a lot of their products, but they're not like easy to get unless you buy them online. I feel like if they were like in store or something, they would be talked about more because they have fantastic products. But most of the ones that I've tried, I've gotten from subscription boxes. So this one's new to me and I have the wrong shade. This will work for me as a skin tint, as a self-tan shade, but I love this product so much. I am going to buy the correct shade. So this is the Merit the Uniform Tinted Mineral Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 45. I bought this because of Heather Austin and Angelica Nikavist. They were talking about it while we were in Greece, and it looks so beautiful. I saw Heather wearing it and it looks so beautiful on her skin. So again, it gives you like this gorgeous light coverage, just enough to even you out. Honestly, I could make it work on my skin, but it is still just a little too dark. But where it is a light coverage, it's not hard to make it work, you know what I mean? But man, oh man, does this just look and wear beautifully. And I can say for it to hold up on her skin, I know she has oily skin, lives in a really humid climate, and she seems to love it. I think she has like a full, like thorough review on this, so go check out her channel. I'll link her video down below. I'll look for it, but so far I'm loving this product. I cannot wait to get it in the correct shade. This is so good. It's so good. This is the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Niacinamide Skin Tint. This is like $5 and it is magic. So I don't like the packaging that much because it is the dropper situation. It is very liquidy, but it is so thin and lightweight. But I love the coverage because it's more medium, but it kind of reminds me of the Fenty, but it's $5. Like, this is such a phenomenal product, and it's like glowy and beautiful and hydrating on the skin. Like, you see it like almost covers up that scar on my hand. It's just such a great product. I know people kind of raved about it when it first launched, but I still love it, still reach for it. So good. Really a top favorite. And when I want a skin tint, it's one that I reach for the most. It's honestly kind of between this one, this PURLISSE one, and the one from Sigma. I love this one too. So this is the Sigma Skin Perfector Hydrating Tint, and they really, like, I think this was their first time doing a product like this, and they nailed it, man. So this is the shade number 2. It has like a bunch of skincare benefits, like most face products these days. So this one's not as thin as the others, but it still goes on thin. It feels like kind of gel-like serum-y, but it just looks gorgeous on the skin. It gives you that beautiful, like, just evens everything out in the best way, and it just looks gorgeous. It's one of those products, like sometimes, you know, like tomorrow, for example, I have an appointment for allergy and stuff. Thank God, because I can't take this, whatever's going on with me anymore. And like, I love stuff like this for that, because I can do this with like a sheer bronzer and a little bit of blush and just go out the door. I don't have to worry about getting like all glammed out, which sometimes I love. Most of the time I love to do that, but there are those moments, like I know it's going to be 100 degrees tomorrow. We have a heat advisory. I want to look like refreshed, but I'm not trying either. You get what I'm saying? So another drugstore option is one from Revlon. I actually bought this because of one of my friends here on YouTube, and I have the shade 117. So this is the Revlon Illuminance Skin Caring Foundation. This reminds me of the one from Wet n Wild, but the Wet n Wild one is a little cheaper and it's a thinner formula, but very similar situation. I would say the one from Wet n Wild is more thin, like I said. This one you might get a little more coverage, but it just looks beautiful on the skin. Really just evens everything out too, but you can still see like that slight subtle like glow from within kind of situation. It's such a beautiful product. I'm pretty sure I got this like really cheap too. It's not expensive at all and great for summer. Okay, so this one is kind of new to me. Well, I thought it was. It's a whole thing. So if you didn't know, I recently did a video talking about, like, I did a full face of Morphe, and I bought the Morphe foundation. I don't know the name. This is the Light Form Extended Hydration Foundation, so you get it in the name. It's a more hydrating type of product, but I picked up the shade Light 03C. And I was prepping for this video and I didn't know it, but I already had it. Ugh, so embarrassing. But I already had the shade Light 5N. Like I said, terrible at shade matching myself. I wonder which one will work because I'm pretty sure this one was a little too light, but I did want to mention this because I do like this product and I've only worn it like 4 times that I can remember anyway, but I like it a lot. It is hydrating a little bit, but it's not too hydrating. I just pumped out way too much to where I feel like it would be breaking up on you or things like that if you lived in a more humid climate. It is a more liquidy type of formula, but it says it's hydrating, but it almost has like that velvety, like moussey type of finish to it, and you do get like more medium coverage, but it's like it says like the hydrating aspect of it is kind of more like the type of formula it is, and not the fact that it's like a dewy type of formula. It's just the way that it's made. I know I'm not wording that correctly, but I think it's beautiful and I love it so far. It's just been a fantastic product, but like I said, it is newer to me, but I did want to mention it. Another DANESSA MYRICKS product. I love this one. So this is a foundation, but it is a serum foundation. She is very lightweight. So I have the shade 4N. I wish I lived closer to a Sephora. I'm getting like mascara fallout, guys. The mascara struggle for me is real. But I wish I lived closer to a Sephora because I don't get to like shade match myself in store. Like, I'm always trying to figure it out online. This shade is a little too light for me, but I love this product. I love the packaging too. I don't know, there's something about it being squishy in the middle that makes it fun for me. I'm a child, but it is a very thin, lightweight formula that gives you the coverage and is one of those like your skin but better types of things. I don't know, that is a pretty good, it could use to be a shade darker, but it's a pretty good shade match. But I just think this one is so nice. Serum is the best way to describe it, but you can really build this up to a full coverage, or you can use like one of her, used it earlier, but one of her like primers, you could to thin it out just a little bit, make it a lighter coverage. So I'm talking about the glow serums. I love these so freaking much. This is probably one of my favorites. This is a brand new one. I just emptied one out. But that is just a fantastic product. But I really, really like this. And if you're someone who's looking for a more lightweight foundation that does give you full coverage, that's not thick and cakey, you will love this one. And the last one that I want to talk about is one that I also did not buy my correct shade. It is the LAWLESS Forget the Filler Skin Plumping Line Smoothing Foundation. I have two shades. I originally bought this shade, which I'm keeping because it will work for me during self-tan times. This is the shade 4L, and then I also have 1F. So I really love this one. This one's a little bit thicker, but it still has like that serum-y type of finish. And I think this one is more matte. It's very lined smoothing, like it says blurring. You can totally see. Let me do it on the scar. And it builds up to a full coverage. Just truly such a phenomenal one. I have not used this in a minute though. And just swatching this out on my hand makes me want to, because that just made my hand look perfect. And I love it. But I think it wears beautifully, especially in the hot summer humidity days. But it is a bit thicker than some of the other thinner formulas that I really love, like my Urban Decay Face Bond. That one is like one of the top ones that I recommend the most, but this is a good one as well. Well, you guys, this was so fun. Even though I've been raspy through this whole video, I do apologize. I know it annoys some people, but to be honest, it annoys me as well. I cannot wait for whatever I have going on to be gone. It's ridiculous at this point, but we still gotta have fun, you know? I still want to talk about makeup, especially when I don't feel good, because it makes me feel better. But I had such a blast. I love sharing like all of my favorite products with you. Not even just the favorites, but the misses as well. This was just such a good time. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on some of my favorites. Let us know. Like I said, do you like them? If so, what are your thoughts? If you don't like them, we need to hear from you. That's how, you know, we all help each other not to buy crap. And I appreciate it with my whole heart. But thank you guys so much for being here. It really does mean a lot. If you like this video, if you like this series, give it a thumbs up. Let me know which categories you guys would be into seeing next. I definitely have some ideas. This has been like such a blast. And until next time, bye.